Yo guitar freaks, welcome back to my channel. Today the video will be a little bit different because as you can see the whole room is empty. Why is that so? I'm moving my home studio to a professional studio and it looks like this here. I'm very excited because the room is already acoustically completely treated and there is a mixing room and a recording booth where I can fit a drum set and also put my Marshall cabs and have them mic'd up. So that's just why it looks so weird in here. Those are the last days in the old studio, in my home studio, and in November I will start to record videos and also record other artists in the professional studio. So that's happening. So a couple of weeks ago I was looking desperately for a funny video that a friend had sent me, like a year ago or 2 years ago, I wasn't sure. So I checked the whole chat and I was looking through all the stupid messages we had sent back and forth. And then I saw, holy smokes, my friend, who's actually not a guitar player, he's a pianist, and he had sent me videos by Giacomo Turra. And I just saw that like 2 weeks ago that shit, my friend had sent me those videos and I had just like carelessly watched them and I was like, yeah, cool, looks nice. And I was not aware what's actually behind the story. So without knowing it, we had witnessed one of the greatest dramas in guitar community since the Robo-tuners, or since Marshall was bought by a Chinese company. So this scandal really shook the ground, and back in the day we were just carelessly watching, like with maybe one eye closed, those videos by Giacomo Turra, and actually what's behind the story just came out much later. And I wanted to talk about that topic once again and actually find for myself what could I learn from that? What's the lessons learned of the whole thing? So, short recap of what actually happened. So Giacomo Turra, he ripped off other artists and stole their music, and he packaged it in a very easy to consume video where he would perform in the middle of nature or on a rooftop, sometimes with guest artists, and just play along. And it was made to look like it was recorded on the spot with a audio interface, and everything was made to look very easy and colorful and a moving camera. So basically the perfect format for Instagram. What came out later is that he stole lots of the music that he was performing from lesser known artists or from well-known artists. It just looked like he didn't care at all. He was basically a criminal who stole intellectual property from other people. And that basically destroyed him. So he was completely cancelled in the guitar community and he lost his contracts, and I think he is off the grid now for good reason, because that is the worst thing that you could do in the music business, where it's already very tough to make a living. So that's the first positive takeaway for me, that the guitar community actually works together. So everybody was on the same page that Giacomo Turra needs to be cancelled, and the people that got ripped off need to be somehow rewarded or somehow featured or somehow helped. So people were reaching out in order to help one another. So the second thing that I learned from the story is how I consume those videos on Instagram. So even me with guitar experience of like 30 years, I was not aware that the whole thing is fake. So I wasn't paying so close attention to the details of it. I was more checking out the vibe and checking out the music and seeing the visuals than really going in depth and seeing if it's mimed or if it's too compressed, or really analyzing it on a deeper level. So for me, a big takeaway is, if I want to market on social media, it doesn't really matter if it's super original or if it's a live take or if it's perfectly unedited. It is more important that it's entertaining. So, are the visuals good? Is the camera moving? Are people generally having a good vibe in the video? Is there a good color grading? Is the video audio well compressed? I think these elements for a social media success are much more important than really playing this perfect take that is unedited. Because for me as an artist, I actually don't want to act like I would play guitar on social media and then just Frankenstein edit like 20 takes and compress and here and there and pitch it here. I think we are losing lots of authenticity through that, but unfortunately I feel like social media is working in that way on a very superficial level. I might be wrong here. I'd love to hear your opinion about this, but that for me is a big takeaway, that if social media success is what you're going for, then it might not be necessary to play a perfect take in a video. You can actually edit it like 100 times and people might not even notice, because it's just like a 5-second flip. You see that this is also a more philosophical topic which goes beyond Giacomo Turra, which is more about the show business in general, because you have on the one side people telling you that the show business is fake and it has always been fake, and you also have the other side where you're saying that real authenticity is also transferred through the camera, and you cannot really, some people will tell you if you're not authentic it might not work, but then the other side will tell you fake it till you make it. So those are the kind of two sides that are fighting with each other. I still prefer knowing that a take is really a live take and it's not edited, but that puts a whole lot of pressure on creating a entertaining, perfectly played take to post on social media. And the last and probably most important takeaway from me is that I would rather create content for people that are willing to watch beyond 5 seconds and willing to concentrate for more than 1 minute on a video and build that kind of audience that is also into that, because I'm also into that, rather than trying to cater to the ever increasing and accelerating social media demands. So I hope that YouTube videos will remain kind of a safe haven for people who will watch beyond 5 seconds, and where you don't need to constantly have some visual effects to keep somebody watching your stuff. Okay guys, thanks for bearing with me on this philosophical episode in this very empty and super echoic studio room. Next time it's gonna be guitars and recording hopefully in the new studio place. I'm also going to document that a little bit, the process of moving in there. And if you also found something that probably got you thinking in this video, write me a comment, let's discuss. See you.